Hello everyone, today I wanted to make this video to announce that I have come to a decision, which is to make more 3D paper craft stuff just like this. So this is a Cubone and it's entirely made out of paper. I can remove his head. You can see it's just all paper in there. Yeah, the reason why I decided to make more of this stuff, or the reason I am going to make more of this stuff, is simply because I've come to the decision to do so. Now, the reason why I haven't made more of this stuff is just because I thought it was very impractical, like from a business sense. You know, these things, they take like a tremendous amount of time to make, and you know, something like this would take about like 4 hours or so and would get like, you know, 10 likes on Twitter, compared to one cutout of like, you know, Hosho Marine, it would get like 900. So I've always kind of just treated these things as a novelty thing that sometimes I do. And I always like doing these more because, like, in my opinion, they're way more cool. But I never really wanted to pursue it just because, you know, the kind of like return on investment when it comes to like social media was just so low, at least compared to the effort. Like sometimes they do well, like on TikTok and all these other platforms, but for the most part, I just saw it as not worth the effort to make them, pretty much. And the only reason why, you know, I cared about views is because ultimately it is my goal with like, you know, social media and all these other things, for it to be able to act as a funnel towards creating bigger and better things, you know. And you know, you'll be able to do that if you get like 10 million views a video, because, you know, with that money you could probably, like, you know, set up like a game studio or all these other creative projects that you want. But if every single video you're getting like 4K views because you're creating these things, and you're only making videos every like 2 weeks rather than every day, it just does not make sense as a kind of like a business model, if that makes sense. But the thing that I've decided is that I am going to do it anyways, because I believe that there is a lot of cool stuff that I can make with this. And even though, you know, for the most part, like, it hasn't made the most sense for me to make it, I believe that if I never do, then there's never what I can potentially make. Like, it's not going to ever come out into the world. Like, I can imagine I could create like a full-size dragon from like the Elder Scrolls that's life-size, and it looks like it basically an IRL like replica of the model. But I haven't done that because, you know, I know that probably it's going to get maybe like 20,000 likes on Twitter or something. And that's something that I could probably do in like a day or less by just making a giant cutout of, like, you know, some anime girl or some VTuber. And it's just, you know, when you look at that, it's just kind of like, it's kind of demoralizing, you know, to spend all that effort to like make something like that. But, you know, I think it's time that I kind of follow, you know, where my heart is when it comes to like what I want to make. And even though, you know, I have no idea like how well, like, you know, whether my channel and like all my social media is going to stagnate, I'm going to do it anyways, because I think it's a lot more memorable, if that makes sense, because it's a lot more cool in my opinion. So that's basically a decision that I have made. And yeah, I think in the future you're going to be seeing a lot more of this stuff. So yeah.